Good morning and welcome to the funniest show on Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton. Your hosts are Shabazz Ahmed, Khalid Akhtar and myself, Khalid Akhtar. Welcome to the stories of the week. It is the 28th of June 2020. It's 10:30. Welcome lads, how's it going?
Excellent, thank you. Good morning on this beautiful Sunday morning. Aris, how are we?
Good, thank you.
Excellent.
Well, it's another week. Rain's stopped, it started. The sun's shining, it stopped.
Yeah,
It can't make its mind up.
Crazy British weather we've been
know.
having this week. What you been up to, Aris?
Not much, just playing outside,
Yeah,
doing homework.
good.
Homework?
Well, yeah, homework for school.
I'd question him on that. All I see him do is play on his PlayStation.
I'll bet. Yeah, a monumental week for me. I've cut the grass.
No.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Really?
it's beautiful and it's like a bowling green. My lawn is at the moment. So
Beautiful.
Good week?
beautiful. Not bad at all. Busy. The football, amazing.
Right.
Just
Excellent.
been, the football, just watching football. Wolverhampton Wanderers doing really well.
into the Champions League spaces, I see.
Just one more step, I think.
Okay.
We're on 5th place at the moment. Need to get into top 4. So inshallah,
No,
fingers crossed.
Oh yes, of course. 2 points behind Chelsea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've got a game in hand, but there's no sports show yesterday.
There wasn't a sports show. No. What happened?
I think Fahad's not well, so they played our show again last week.
All right.
This week.
Okay.
It's
Excellent.
weird, isn't it?
It is.
But yeah, inshallah, he'll be back next week. Once again, thank you to Alvina to do the swap shop. She'll be back during the week with the teens. And let's start our show. So in today's show, loads of stories from around the world. We will have the Youth Zone with Aris, Around the World with Shabazz, and This Day in History with myself. The competition is back as well, and we might even give you some teasers. How about that,
Yeah.
Aris, shall we?
Yeah, the competition is on. You can call in on 01902 972 150. And I'm just going to tell you some questions off the quiz because people think that it's hard when it's not really that hard.
No, I mean, if Aris and Shabazz could get it right, I'm sure you guys could get it right as
Thanks,
well.
Cal.
Thank you.
There's questions like, what are the 5 pillars of Islam? What is the name of the Holy Prophet's father? What is the name of the Prophet's first wife? All easy questions that you can answer easily. And there's even English questions like how many circles in the Olympics logo.
That's a good
I mean,
question.
that's an
I
easy
like
question.
that one. I
Of
like
course
that.
it is. I mean, these are
Oh.
really simple questions. So please do ring in 01902 972 150, and you can text us, Shabazz.
Yeah, the text number, of course, is 07440 420 432. Now, I would like to emphasise, please do enter the competition. Ours has gone through a big effort to get the questions
Yeah.
together. And I think we've had so far 4 or 5 entries so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, Aris is only 13 years old, and
Yeah.
he's made all these questions up. And, just to support Aris, a 13-year-old, do give us a ring, 01902 972 150. Start with some of the stories that are hitting the headlines around the world. And this one is close to home. Ranveer Singh. Do anybody know who Ranveer Singh is?
Name rings a
No.
bell.
Rings a bell? She gets up early in the morning and she does the news on ITV.
Okay, so how early is this?
6:30ish,
Okay.
7 o'clock-ish.
That's
And what
probably
does she
what-
do?
That's probably why
She
we
does the
haven't heard
news.
Yeah.
Aris, wake up. You haven't got up yet, have you? Ranveer Singh Loose Women debut gets racist reactions.
it. Okay.
So she's actually that good that she's gone on to Loose Women. And while it was an exciting debut for Ranveer Singh, who joined the Loose Women panel on ITV for the first time on Thursday, reactions to her news online have been marred with many reactions of a racist nature. Some claim her new position was for tokenism and not based on her talent, despite being an ITV Good Morning Britain presenter for some time. The new presenter was not of an ethnic and brown background. Would the comments be this toxic and negative nature? Did you know my wife actually worked with Ranveer Singh's husband before they broke up?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's her
Really?
claim to fame. No, it's not. It's not very nice, is it? I think, given the the world we live in today with social media, it's so easy for people to put racist remarks on Twitter, Instagram,
Yeah.
and all these different platforms. I think in the past people would have had to say it face to face. I think it's a bit cowardly, really, to be fair, but that's my opinion.
So now we'll all be looking at Ranveer Singh in a different light, yeah?
Yeah.
Definitely. Now, so next time you watch the news, Aris, when you get up early in the morning, you can see Ranveer Singh and you think,
Yeah, I look out for it.
look out for her, yeah.
Excellent. So, given that we were talking about the weather, it's been stop and start, hasn't it? It's been a crazy amount of rain. I think the most amount of rain I've seen in any one given time, and also the heat wave as well. How about that heat wave we've been having?
Wow.
Yeah, that was good.
So
Hot weather.
we have had some news coming out with 5 free things you can do to keep cool during the heat wave. So we
Tell
are
us about
expecting we are expecting a few more heat waves this year.
Eating ice cream,
Ice cream, banana lolly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or,
beautiful.
or what about these smoothies that you're making?
You haven't been down to try one yet, Khalid. I think
You've not invited me.
All right. Either you're scared or so just
Well, I am scared with this broccoli and
spinach
plant-based
and, yeah. Well, that's
smoothies.
Armna's doing. Very healthy, apparently. And well, I'm going to give you some top tips. So, number 1, use blinds and shutters or curtains to block out any sunlight, as this helps to block out direct sunlight and especially important in the afternoon. Number 2, do stay hydrated. This helps to avoid stroke and dehydration. Ensure you're having those warm showers. They're more effective at cooling you down. And this is a funny one. Drink warm tea or coffee when it's a heat wave, because that's going to counteract the heat and regulate your body temperature. And finally, put your wrists in or ankles in cold water, because you've got pressure points on your ankles and wrists, and they react to temperature. So there's some top tips to help you in your heat wave.
Yeah, loads of people do drink, they say have a hot cup of tea,
Yeah.
and that will cool you down. So, yeah.
Sounds bizarre though, doesn't it? Having hot-
You'd think you'd have iced tea,
yeah.
but no, you have hot
I
tea,
mean, when you're sat in the garden and it's baking down with heat, the last thing you want is a cup of tea,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah.
That
Fine.
cools me down.
Go on, one ice cream if you had to pick one.
Raspberry Ripple.
Beautiful. Oris,
Vanilla. I'm just simple.
straight vanilla.
Yeah.
Nice. Banana lolly for me.
Banana. Or is
The videos showing bugs crawling out of strawberries might put you off for life. A trend being shared on TikTok shows people leaving strawberries to soak in salt water for up to half an hour before showing the bugs and dirt which come out as a result. TikTok has taught us many things we had never thought we needed to know. But one trend we wish we could unsee is one where these bugs actually came out the strawberries. You just have to put some water and then put some salt in there. Put the strawberries in there and leave it about half an hour, and you'll see. I don't know if it's in England, but there is. I have saw it for myself. The bugs and dirt come out of the strawberries. Doesn't look very nice.
Wow.
personally, when I have strawberries, you open the packet, you get rid of the green stuff,
Yeah.
and you just yam it down.
You just eat it, yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't wait 20 minutes,
yeah,
would
I
you?
know.
Alternatively, just put the strawberries in the blender and you'll just never know if they're spiders.
Like a bush trucker trial.
Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, you don't know how many of us has been through a bush trucker trial and we've never known about it.
Probably, yeah.
Probably
probably.
we've met spiders and ants and
Yeah.
bees and whatever, and mad. Ravina Tandon reveals dirty politics in Bollywood.
Oh.
Headline in India at the moment. Renowned Bollywood actress Ravina Tandon has exposed the dark side of the entertainment industry in a series of tweets after Sushant Singh Rajput's untimely death. Mean Girl gang of the industry says camps do exist. They made fun of being removed from films by heroes, their girlfriends. I like this one. Journo chumches.
Journo chumcha.
Journo
As
chumchas.
in like a journalist chumcha.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And their career destroying fake media stories. Sometimes careers are destroyed. You struggle to keep afloat. Fight back, some survive, some don't. When you speak the truth, you are branded a liar, mad, psychotic. Chumcha journals write pages and pages, destroying all the hard work that you might have done. Ravina Tandon added that despite being born in the industry, she was faced with hardships, she said. Even though born in the industry, grateful for all it has given me, but dirty politics played by some can leave a sour taste.
Very brave. I think that's very brave of Rena Tandon to come out and say that. Do you think there'll be a backlash?
I think so.
Yeah,
I-
no more movies for her.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And talk about movies. You remember that movie last week? I was saying, can you remember the name?
Well, you're going to talk about Kareena Kapoor again, aren't you?
No.
Oh.
Come on, Shabazz. Remember the show last week, and I mentioned a video from that being streamed. It's not going into the cinema. It's going straight into Amazon Prime.
You did, and
No.
my face is blank.
Gulabo Sitabo.
Oh, yeah. How am I going to remember? Yeah, go on.
Well, Bollywood's first post-lockdown film skips cinemas. I watched it.
Okay.
Absolute garbage.
Really?
Honestly, I watched it. I'd streamed it. Me and the wife sat down to watch it. Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh wow.
You would never recognise Amitabh Bachchan, honestly. And when I looked at it, it was wasted 2 hours, 10 minutes of my life.
So not to be watched then, yeah.
Definitely not to be watched.
Great. So we've got some more news coming out with never give your newborn baby water, even during a UK heatwave. This does sound really bizarre. But dietitian Katie Zeatry and pharmacist Abbas Kanani says you should never give your baby water if they're under the age of 6 months because it can lead to water intoxication. It may seem like common sense, especially since we've been told that water is good for us since we were children, but giving your baby water can be extremely dangerous. So do babies need water? The short answer to that is no. Up until the age of 6 months, babies should not be given water at all. Once they reach 6 months old, they can be given a sip of water here or there, but it's not necessary. And according to Katie Zeratry, a dietitian at the Mayo Clinic, they can actually live without water until they're a year old. So did you know that babies can live without water?
I didn't know that.
There you
I know that you normally feed babies milk,
Yeah.
but I wouldn't think water would have harmed them.
Yep, so up until 6 months, the advice is from the Mayo Clinic not to give your babies fresh water.
Just milk.
Just milk. Or
Plenty of love.
Plenty of love, just milk. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting because
Yeah.
I, for one, would have been the first to reach for a bottle of water for my little one.
Yeah, especially in this hot weather, you
yeah.
think you'd just cool them down.
Absolutely. So anyone with a newborn, stay away from water.
And just while we're on that water, just revealed exactly what happens to your body and health when you drink 2 litres of water every day.
Okay, so I'm guilty of not doing this. So I'd
So
love to do
really,
this.
everyone should be drinking at least 2 litres of water. And I think I do. I have 6-7 bottles, the 500ml bottles a day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's flavoured. I'm not too sure if that's healthy, but if they're sugar-free.
Yeah.
But if anyone out there thinks it's healthy or not healthy, give us a call at 1902972150. Anyway, Sydney general practitioner has shared the importance of drinking more water. Dr. Dasha Fielder said adults should aim to drink 2 to 3 litres each day. This will hydrate the kidneys, skin, improve digestion and brain power. And I think you both need that now. It will also boost mood, improve concentration and overall well-being. As the human body consists of nearly 60% water, it is essential to maintain health and well-being by drinking at least 2 litres of water each day. The practitioner, Dr. Dasha Fielder, told female, I don't know why I was reading female for, most adults should aim to drink between that amount in order to maintain optimum hydration. He said that drinking water will help hydrate the kidneys, improve digestion and gut health, rejuvenate the skin and avoid being fatigued.
What's a drink water?
Yeah.
Drink water.
Loads of water.
How much water do you drink, Aris?
I drink a few glasses, but I don't think 2 litres. I
It-
need to drink more.
Is it more Pepsi Max and Tango and stuff
not-
like that for you?
Not really, not all the time. I normally just drink more water, but not that much fizzy pop.
Well, I've got a story to tell you. I had a kidney stone once,
Okay.
and
That
the
sounds
doctor.
painful.
It's worse than giving birth. I'm going to tell you that now.
What's-
All the women listening to me now, I've been through pain worse than birth. So yeah,
Those phone lines are going to go crazy now. You know.
I doubt. Them all still in bed at the moment. That's why I'm saying it now, because most of the women are asleep. That's what they usually do on Sunday mornings. Anyway, so the doctor told me you need to drink loads and loads of water. So you have to flush the kidney stones out. So yeah, that's what I done. And honest to God, this my wife will tell you, the kidney stone was the size of a pound coin.
Wow.
And you know which way it came out. Yeah.
I'm squinting just thinking about
it's
it.
very, very painful indeed. And to all them guys out there who suffer from kidney stones, I understand. I truly do understand.
So do you not find it hard to drink water, Khalid? I mean, I find it really difficult to drink water in mass. You know, after about a litre or so, I think I'm done.
It is difficult. You get these drops nowadays that you could actually drop into your water, and it just dilutes it a bit, gives you a
Right.
bit of a taste. You get some tablets as well.
Yeah.
So it just encourages you to drink
Yeah.
more water.
You can actually buy those water bottles. I think my wife's got one which it's actually got markers on the side, and it actually tells you, you know, once you've drunk a certain amount, it says you're doing well.
Yeah.
Then you drink a little bit more. It
Yeah.
says by noon you need to be here. So it kind of prompts you along.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I thought it was a really good idea.
That's a fantastic idea. I think your wife should buy us all a bottle, and
Well-
maybe during the show we'll not that we're allowed to bring drinks into the studio, but maybe we could run outside through our breaks and
Yeah.
drink as much water as possible, and then
There you
see
go.
where we are. Healthy,
Yeah.
the healthy stories of the week.
33-stone gorilla is given a CT scan with help of 5 lifters. The huge ape was airlifted more than 40 miles for the procedure to a scanner strong enough to cope with his 210 kg bulk. A 34-year-old gorilla has undergone a medical procedure usually reserved for humans after unusual growths were found in its nose. Makoku, a male western lowland gorilla from Johannesburg Zoo in South Africa, was airlifted more than 64 kilometres to Ordersport Veterinary Academic Hospital in Pretoria.
How many stone did he say?
33 stones.
33. That's probably me, Shabazz, and you put together.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
5 people.
Or
Yeah.
maybe
lifting.
just you and Aris, maybe.
Well, Ari's you fat.
We're talking about health. How's your health been over the lockdown period?
Mine-
So how have you been getting in the gym? Have you been doing any exercise? I know your wife and is that a no?
That's a no. I've been going to work. Honestly,
Fine. Okay.
normally after work I go to the gym, and obviously because of shutdown,
Yeah.
you know the cheeky rascals, they emailed me, and they says the gyms will be open soon. We're going to have a booking priority list, so you could book in. You have to book in. You can't
Right.
just walk in.
Right.
1 hour slots.
Wow.
You can't use your showers. If you use a swimming pool, you have to go one way. And then I thought, how do I get back?
Yeah.
It was some really stupid rules, and I thought,
Yeah.
I told the missus, I says, cancel my direct debit.
And have you done it?
I've done it, cancelled it.
Wow. Wow. Well, I think the coronavirus pandemic has given the whole nation really the opportunity to get fit. I know one for my wife, for instance, she's really been on her smoothie drinking and eating all healthy, and she's looking great. I, for one, haven't done any exercise other than a few games of tennis. But have you heard of Joe Wicks?
Yeah, I've been doing. Me and my brother wake up every morning in the weekdays at 9 a.m. and we actually do the Joe Wicks exercise. It's half an hour live.
Oh, and how do you find it? Do you find it difficult or
I think
challenging?
it's all right because we've been doing it for a few weeks now.
Well, I've got some news coming out of from the Joe Wicks camp. So a dad has been left wrecked with a wrecked ceiling after letting his kids do Joe Wicks PE classes upstairs. So do you do yours
No, I
upstairs
do
or
mine
downstairs?
downstairs.
Okay,
thankfully.
so make sure you do yours downstairs, because a dad has urged parents not to let their kids take part in Joe Wicks workouts upstairs after his ceiling was left in tatters. Connor, his children, like thousands of youngsters in the UK, have been doing the body coach's workouts to keep fit during the lockdown, but it came at a cost. He took to Twitter to share snaps of the damage, and the pictures show his downstairs study is in a state of utter disrepair. Parts of the plaster from his ceiling have come loose, and they were left hanging at the edges. And alongside the image, the dad wrote, "Don't let your children do their Joe Wicks body coach workouts upstairs." The picture racked up more than 400 likes and a number of comments from people who couldn't believe the damage the kids had caused. So
I actually saw that picture. That it was wrecked. The ceiling was.
yeah. So do you think Joe Wicks should pay for the damage?
I mean, I don't think it's his responsibility.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's there must have been some hefty kids jumping up and down.
Yeah, well, the fact that they're doing Joe Wicks is it's good. You know,
Yeah,
they're
encouraging.
encouraging. Yeah,
But I'd rather them do it downstairs or in the garden,
Yeah.
but not upstairs.
Garden sounds good. Yeah,
Yeah.
garden sounds good. No, I've not partook in a Joe Wicks class yet, but it does look fun. So maybe next week I'll have some update for you on there. No,
Upstairs.
no, downstairs. Yeah.
07 440 420 432. Anyone give us a text? I just want to see if my lines are working this morning, because normally by now we usually have a few text messages.
Yeah, and for my competition, 01902 972 150. Remember, the questions aren't that hard, so it's an easy prize to get. If you win.
Maybe if you tell everybody the prize, Khalid, we might get a few more callers, entice a few of those people.
Is that a secret or?
It's a secret. I'm not going to tell anybody yet until we get at least 10 people in that competition. At least 10 people.
Okay.
And then I'll reveal.
Well, I've been
the
telling
big
a lot of the family, so I'm hoping we're going to get more callers. It's nearly 11 o'clock, so people should be waking up about now.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's hope we get those callers.
Black Lives Matter protest still ruling the world at the moment.
It is, and rightfully so. I think there's been some real changes.
And I've got one here. A moment, a double amputee writes in agony on the ground after being pepper sprayed by police and having his prosthetic legs taken by cops while peacefully protesting.
You couldn't make this up, could you?
No. I mean, are they just idiots, these police?
I don't understand.
You know, whatever you do now, there's 5 cameras looking at you.
Yeah.
Guaranteed. There's always a camera watching you. I mean, like now, there's about 10 cameras watching us doing this show. Yeah. We go outside and it's all CCTV, so you can't even pick your nose. And you go outside and there's cameras everywhere. So don't these police realise, hang on, look, there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, I think they're getting provoked, but then at the same time they're just going a bit too far, aren't they? I think lessons haven't been learnt. Hopefully time will be a healer for us on this.
Just remind me, I've got a story about lessons not being learnt right after this. I'll just finish off this article. Video from Sunday's protest in Columbus, Ohio, shows double amputee laying on the sidewalk in agony with his prosthetic legs detached. According to witness accounts, police officers seeking to disperse the crowd knocked down the disabled man, so they knocked him down, and deployed pepper spray. Officers then allegedly detached his legs and took them away, but other protesters intervened and retrieved them, getting said in the process. Other videos from the event showed cops using bikes to push protesters out of the way.
Shocking.
Shocking.
Yeah,
So
it
they
is
took
shocking.
them and stole them.
Exactly. There's a criminal, alleged criminal activity there as well.
It's very, very sad times. Look, we can only hope that things start to improve. You know, it's pray to Allah that He calms everything down. It's just not nice to see on the news all the time. What did you make of the banner that went across the Man City Stadium the
That
other
wasn't
week?
good.
Again, bad news, isn't it? I mean, Burnley.
I mean, people just don't get it, do they?
No.
I mean, if anyone didn't see this, Man City played Burnley last week, and there was a banner which said "White Lives Matter." It went over the stadium. People just aren't getting it.
Yeah, and Burnley apologised and vowed to hand out lifetime bans to those responsible.
So Burnley have responded, have they?
Yeah. Private plane flew over Etihad Stadium as players took a knee in support of the BLM. Burnley FC says that they are investigating who is responsible for the aerial message. Premier League players have shirts reading Black Lives Matter to support the cause. And the guy who done it has been sacked from his job.
Good. Good.
What disappoints me is how many Asians live in Burnley.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
Burnley's like Rochdale, Huddersfield,
Yeah.
Rotherham, Manchester. You know, a lot of big population of Asian people
Absolutely.
living there.
I think people need to realise this Black Lives Matter movement. It isn't saying that only Black Lives Matter. It's basically saying they matter as well as given the way they've been treated over the last hundreds of years.
Yeah, and the story I just want to tell you, just coming out from India, this is up-to-date news. A father and a son just been killed by local police because they went over the curfew of opening their shop. They had a mobile shop and they've been killed. And the police brutality in India, it is just absolutely
That's horrendous.
bad.
That's horrendous.
And there's obviously violent scenes in India now because obviously they've seen George Floyd,
Yeah.
and now they want to obviously use these two as an example. So there's protests in India.
So
at the
has
moment.
those police officers been held to account?
Yes,
or-
yes, they have. Two have been suspended, and a few have been transferred to another police station. But you
There
know,
is kind of a lot of these videos go around. As on Facebook, there was this video going around. Me and my mum did discuss it. There was this Muslim man, two police officers beating him up whilst he was having a seizure, and unfortunately he died.
it is terrible.
Horrible times. I mean, when I was in Pakistan, I actually witnessed the police beating a few people for having their shops open, but not to death. It was more just Murgaban type of thing. And yeah, but no,
But it's normality normally in India, you know. But also, you know, reports coming out that they're targeting Muslim people in India as well.
yeah, Muslims are getting a hard time.
They're
Yeah.
very hard. We're going to go into a break very, very soon. Once again, telephone lines are open, and of course, a text message 07 440 420 432 with our competition. And any dedications, if you're celebrating your birthday, please do let us know, and we will tell the world. Welcome back to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton, around the world on ramadanradiowolves.com and on all your internet devices. This is Stories of the Week with Khalid, Shabazz and Aris. It's 11 o'clock. It's time to go around the world with Shabazz.
That's right. We're going to go around the world in 80 seconds or so. Going to try and hit a few countries that we haven't discussed. So we're going to go into Greece. Bad news coming out of Greece, unfortunately. Greece is closing down one of the oldest Muslim prayer halls in Greater Athens metropolitan area, saying the facility lacks a license to operate. The Education and Religious Affairs Ministry gave a 15-day notice to clear the premises. We are sad to announce that we have received a closure order of one of the oldest prayer halls in the capital without any chance of negotiating with the ministry, said the Muslim Association of Greece in a press release. Greece has a sizable Muslim population, including 250,000 Muslims in the metropolitan Athens area, with the Al-Andus prayer hall being in operation since 1989. I didn't know there were that many Muslims in Greece or in Athens.
No,
I
I
didn't know
didn't
that
realise.
either.
I went to Greece once and I found it very hard to get halal food. So
Really?
yeah, I'm surprised there.
There's 250,000 Muslims, all probably vegetarian then, I'm
Probably,
guessing.
probably eating veggie pizza or filet of fish.
Fish, yeah. As we're on mustard, do you want to jump into Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, Saudi Arabia bans Muslims outside the kingdom from performing Hajj for the first time in recent history as it battles to curb coronavirus. So 2.5 million people perform Hajj in 2019. So ban is fraught with political and economic risk. Nation has seen 161,000 cases of COVID-19 with 1,307 confirmed deaths. Hajj pilgrimages taking place this year from July 28th until August the 2nd. Only 1,000 local residents will perform Hajj with strict social distancing. No over 65s, people with illnesses not allowed. A daily health check on these pilgrimages, and after Hajj people will have to isolate. So bad news coming from Saudi Arabia.
Really bad news. I'm just glad people are still able to perform the Hajj, because we had reports a few months ago that everything was going to be cancelled for months and months and months. So I think it is good that some people are able to do it. But
1,000 lucky individuals. How lucky are they?
very mashallah, blessed.
Blessed. I mean, alhamdulillah,
Blessed,
I wish I was one of them 1,000. You know, no pushing, no shoving.
No.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Do all this, you know, the pilgrimage, the what you have to do, you do in peace.
Exactly. But let's do dua that inshallah there's millions next year.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Inshallah. Making our way over the Atlantic Ocean into Canada. So an Indian man has lost his role at a school council chair and his job at a real estate company in Ontario, Canada, over an Islamic phobic tweet he posted last week. So following the local council granting local mosque permission to broadcast the azan using loudspeakers because the Muslim country is not able to visit mosque during the pandemic, Ravi Huda protested via Twitter. Guess what he said?
What did he say?
So when he realised that mosques are able to perform the call to prayer, he said, what next? Separate lanes for camels and goat riders?
Terrible.
Not good. He went on to disparage the Islamic ritual of animal sacrifice and practice of women wearing the burqa. The Islamophobic message prompted immediate backlash on social media, and the Peel District School Board removed him from the council chairs. And they've gone on to say the principal has begun an investigation. The individual is being removed from the role at the school council chair, and he won't be able to partake in any other capacity. That's coming from Peel Schools, said on Tuesday. So he's basically got the sack for a stupid comment on Twitter.
And there's a lot of people out there who do Islamophobia, and even at my work, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, you see it and you try to tell them, especially with these Black Lives Matters.
Yeah.
Some people are just oblivious to it.
Yeah.
They think all lives matter, and all lives do matter. And we have a call coming in.
Excellent.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who's speaking and where are you speaking from?
I'm Umber and I'm from Wolverhampton.
Umber from Wolverhampton. Which area in Wolverhampton do you live in, Umber?
Codsall.
Codsall, the posh part. You live in the posh part of Wolverhampton. How gracious are we? We salute you, Umber. Thank you for calling in, and you'd like to enter the competition?
Yes, please.
Okay, and give Umber a nice question.
Hello, Umber. Pick a number from 1 to 30.
9.
9. Okay. In which city did our holy prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam pass away?
In which city did our beloved prophet pass away?
Was it Medina?
That is correct. Well done.
Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Umber, thank you for calling in. Would you like to say hello to anybody while you're on air?
Yeah, hi to my friends and my family.
And your friend's name
Maddie and Abby and Liba.
and which school do you go to?
Wolverhampton Girls High.
Wow.
Well,
No-
you must be clever then, Umber.
Well, obviously, she's got the question right and very easily, and she goes to Wolverhampton Girls' School. So obviously, she's a very clever person.
Right, fantastic.
And thank you very much for calling in today.
Thank you.
And she's in the prize draw.
She is, yeah.
She's going to get that
You
prize,
can win that mega prize.
the mega prize. Thank you, Amber.
See, I wish she would have told us.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hafiz.
I wish she would have told us she went to Girls High beforehand because we would have given her a much more difficult question than that.
But it's so easy. She picked number 9.
Yeah.
Easy as
Yeah.
that, you know.
Easy
Just
peasy.
pick. They're very simple questions. Do give us a call. 01902 972 150.
Okay, so back over to around the world. So we're going to visit China now. Crazy news coming out of China. So Chinese Cemetery has launched a virtual death simulator that allows people to visit heaven. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy.
How is that possible?
So the Chinese graveyard, Babushan Cemetery, is in Beijing. Recently launched a VR simulator that allows visitors to virtually take place of a dead person and witness what heaven could be like. If that sounds too visceral to of an experience, there's no need to worry. It looks all too familiar than you would think. The first-person vision from the simulator shows the user surrounded by a bright lights, typically associated with passing away, followed by a bright explosion, and then the gates to heaven, decorated to appear like a Chinese temple, surrounded by clouds. Despite a project causing controversy by some, the cemetery has defended the idea, saying it could teach people to value their lives. So, a VR death experience, anyone?
Do you
No,
think
thank
that's
you.
a good idea?
Yeah, I think people are running out of things to do. I think the
I know.
pandemic is taking its
These
toll.
Chinese do everything, don't they?
I
They
know.
think of everything.
Uh,
They
uh,
make everything.
They eat everything.
Exactly. So
Okay, a couple of stories coming out of France to finish up. I know France always seems to be a hot topic, but there's always good news coming out of France. But the Eiffel Tower reopens to visitors with strict coronavirus restrictions. Have you been to the Eiffel Tower, Khalid?
many times.
Have you, Aris? You been to the Eiffel?
I don't think so, no.
Wow, I've been there twice, but I've never actually been up the Eiffel Tower. But the tourists and Parisians are now once again able to admire the view from the French capital from the Eiffel Tower after a 3-month closure due to the coronavirus. But you can only take the stairs.
Oh,
That's a big no-no.
The French capital's most famous monument reopened on Thursday, but visitors won't be able to take the lifts until the July the 1st to ensure the safe distance between people to limit the infection. The very top of the iconic tower will remain off limits to the public. So what's the point? So you can't go right to the top.
it's pointless going up there, isn't it?
Pointless, yeah. Approximately 10,100-ton metal landmark emerges from its longest closure since World War II in time for the summer season, but the limited visitor numbers at first and mandatory face masks for all over the age of 11, said the Eiffel Tower website. So if you want to climb the Eiffel Tower, you can go up halfway.
I always went by lift. I would never
I know.
walk up.
But there's no sense of achievement there, you see. It's you just sort of take a lift.
I mean, it is effort to go up if you were.
Talking about lifts, have you been to the top of the Burj Khalifa in Dubai?
I have.
Did you know that that's the world's fastest lift?
I didn't because my ears kept on popping.
Yeah, mine kept popping as well. Definitely recommend it if you've not been up to the top of the Burj Khalifa yet.
Definitely go. It's
You-
it's an experience.
It's an experience. It's crazy at the top because all you can see is desert. But I think going in the lift kind of made it for me. Just it's a monumental thing.
It's
you know.
amazing, isn't it?
Uh,
You know, me and the daughter, we went as a family, and my daughter Miriam, she refused. She goes, I don't want to waste any money. I don't want to go to the Burj Khalifa. I don't want to go to Burj Al Arab. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And you know why?
Why?
She didn't want to pay for it.
Oh, right. Okay.
But when I paid for it, amazing,
not
Dad.
bad.
That was fantastic, Dad. That was the best experience, Dad.
Yeah, it's not cheap though, is it?
It's not cheap at all. Dubai isn't cheap at all.
It's
Yeah.
not. No, it's not. We'll just come back onto that. The last story coming out of France, which I found quite nice, is a happy ending not to be sneezed at. So the handkerchief belonging to Marilyn Monroe.
Achoo. So, yeah.
A handkerchief. Yeah, I know you know who Marilyn Monroe is.
Yeah.
I don't think you.
Yeah, I
do you-
think I have heard of her.
Go
Okay.
on. What picture comes into your head when you say Marilyn Monroe?
A lady with a cloth on her head.
Yeah.
Was she a doctor? no, I'm not sure.
Far from that.
Far from. Yeah,
No.
she was a Hollywood actress.
No, I can't remember. who
We'll
she
show
was.
you a picture of Marilyn Monroe in our break. A handkerchief belonging to Marilyn Monroe has single-handedly saved the historic Paris theatre from bankruptcy after its owner auctioned the legendary Hollywood actress's ephemeral. I don't know how to say that word. Yeah, it's okay. EPHEMARAL. If anyone knows how to say that, possession for the £300,000. That's 300,000 euros, which is £270,000. For decades, the silk handkerchief with floral embroideries was bordered by ivory lace. Had pride of place in the Barocco Hall of the Commedia Italia, France's only theatre dedicated to Italian comedy. And yeah, so the owners sold the handkerchief for £270,000 and saved the theatre.
How much do you think our handkerchiefs will be worth in the future?
Well, the platform that we're on, we can only go up. I think
The only way is up.
that's it. So that's our quick whistle stop tour around the world. We have got additional ad hoc news. So back to you, Khalid.
We've just had our first text message of the morning.
People are waking
Someone is awake. Salam Cal, brilliant show as always. Good to catch up for the week on your show on a Sunday morning. Salam to Shabazz and Aris. Keep up the good work. Inshallah, that's from Fiaz.
Thanks very much,
Thank
Fiaz.
you.
Anyway, this Fiaz, we all know who Fiaz is.
Yeah.
It's Hafiz Fiaz, and I don't
Excellent
know.
show
I don't
on
know
Saturdays.
how I keep on pumping his show up. You know why? Because I think it's the best show on Ramadan Radio, Wolverhampton.
So go on, do a plug.
I watched it yesterday, and he had two guests, and one of the guests had our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him's hair,
Wow.
and
What, in the studio?
no, he didn't know.
I
no.
wouldn't take it into the
Do
studio.
you reckon I would have been here? But the good news is Hafiz Fiaz has organised with this gentleman for me and maybe you two to go and see this hair.
Mashallah,
Wow.
fantastic.
Hey?
Fantastic.
And they only open the doors once a year to see this hair, and we will be
It's a
invited.
lot of responsibility, isn't
It's a
it?
big responsibility. And some of the stories that the guy was telling, I was just getting more hooked into it. Amazing show. Saturday evenings, 8 till 10. It's a must.
Yeah.
Excellent. Fiaz, fantastic. Charmin Nath, please do tune in. Can I name and shame?
You can?
So I'm going to name and shame my sister, Rosina.
Yeah.
I know she's listening into the show because she just sent a text message, and she's asking, so what was the competition? So Aris, just for the benefit of my sister who hasn't listened to the first half an hour of the show, can you please recap what the competition is?
Astaghfirullah.
And
Maybe was she asleep or something?
I don't know, but I'm asking her live on air as her twin brother to make sure she calls in. So yeah, what's the
Okay,
competition?
the
Aris?
competition is you have to call in and say a number between 1 and 30, and then I'll ask you a question, and then you have to answer that question. And if you get it right, we'll write your name down, and you could win the big prize draw. And even if you aren't Muslim, there is English questions as well.
And even my son Ibrahim, who's 5 years old,
He did answer it, and
yeah.
he got it right.
So no pressure there, no pressure.
No pressure. I've got a really amazing text coming. Salams all, listening to you live on Facebook while having my breakfast. Big shout out to my husband Yasin and my boys Muhammad Zain and Muhammad Zubair. I love them loads and thank Allah sincerely. Nasheed request only if you have time. Mode a little love from Sister Naseem in Wolverhampton.
Thank you, mashallah. That's a nice message.
Yeah, you know what? She loves her family.
Beautiful.
I think she's the only one who loves her family because she's come on air and she's texting and she's said it. And beautiful family, beautiful names, and I respect that.
Hopefully people will now follow suit.
Exactly. Simple as that. And now she's famous. All her family members are going to be jealous now.
Yeah, they are.
I've got a story here, and this must apply to most people. Are skin lightening creams still used?
Oh,
You know, I'm just going to say it as it is. White people want to be brown. Brown people want to be white. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Skin lightening creams have become easier to purchase than ever before. We look at their popularity and explore whether they are still being used. Skin lightening creams and desi households seem to be a perfect match, as one it's rarely seen without the other. According to a worldwide organisation report, 60% of the population in India use some kind of skin lightening product. Why?
No idea.
Just accept your skin color. If you're brown, then you're brown. You can't go lighter.
Well, I'm not going to name, and I've already named and shamed my sister for not entering the competition, but somebody else in the family who I'm not going to name
Yeah.
did ask me to bring some skin whitening products back from Pakistan.
Really?
Yeah, and
Now
I did.
I'm thinking in my head, who's the darkest person in our family?
I absolutely can't say because they will kill me. But no, I was asked to bring back 4 or 5 tubs of this.
5
4 or
cups.
5 tubs.
How dark is
Wow.
she?
Or he.
Or he.
Or he,
Oh
yeah.
my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Actually, you know what? Now you're saying it, I think more male people are into this cosmetic stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because my friend asked him,
Yeah.
my best friend really,
Yeah.
you know, he phones me every day, bless his heart. And we're looking into going into barbers next week.
Yeah.
And because our barber's not responding, this other website, another barber, he had all his price lists on there.
Yeah.
And one was this mask, you know, beauty mask treatment.
Right. Okay.
It was only £6.
Okay.
And he must have looked at the cheapest thing on there and said, you know, Cal, I wouldn't mind doing that one. Forget the haircut, he wanted the mask.
He wanted
So, you know, it just shows that men are also into this cosmetic beauty treatment
Well,
stuff.
it's big business. It's a really big business. I think they call it in Turkey. They call it a full body facial
Yeah.
or a full. I don't-
You know what? I'm not going to lie. I've had one.
Yeah, I bet you. To be fair, your eyebrows do look very.
Bit chunky.
No, not chunky. Very plucked.
Are they?
Yeah. So-
Actually, I don't touch my eyebrows. When I go, honestly, when I go to these like Malaysia, Turkey, Dubai,
yeah.
I always get myself pampered
Yeah.
because you think you go in and you go, oh, can you just give me a shave, trim, you know,
Yeah.
like shape my beard. Then while you're there, they start massaging your backs, your necks, your head. And in Malaysia, they actually took this machine out. He took this machine, he put it on his hand, and it vibrated. And he put it on my neck, on my head. Honestly, I was falling asleep.
bet you were.
All this time, my wife's in the car outside watching me. And because it's so cheap, you know, something like 200, whatever it is, Malaysian pounds is about like 4 or 5 quid. You don't mind
Yeah.
spending money on there. And even in Dubai, me and my son, we went to Dubai while the girls were shopping, fake shopping,
Yeah.
and we got the full
The
works.
full works.
And afterwards, I asked how much, and my mouth dropped because it was like 300 dirhams for both of us.
Wow.
And even though it was 300 dirhams and it's quite cheap, I still, you know, oh, should I, shouldn't I? But
Well, talking about that, I've paid over £200 for a massage when I was in the Maldives, purely because there was nothing else to do there. And did you know I fell asleep?
you fell
I
asleep.
fell asleep.
Fell
yeah.
asleep.
So
I've fallen asleep a few times.
have you ever spent £200 on a massage and fallen asleep? That's unbelievable.
No. You ever had a massage, Arif?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
It's just not my type of thing. If we're going on holiday, I'd rather be like in the pool rather than getting a massage or something.
He's a young lad, isn't he? He hasn't got.
He hasn't grown up yet,
yeah,
has he?
He's not got aching bones or you know.
Another question I've got to ask you, Shabazz.
Go on.
When you go to have a massage, would you prefer a female to give you a massage, or would you prefer a male to give you a massage?
To be fair, I've had both, and I haven't got either. I haven't got a preference of either, to be honest. But I better be careful what I say.
I'm not listening. I'm not.
To be fair, the best massage that I have had was actually a proper physiotherapy massage, and that was done by a lady. And you know when they sort of twist your waist and it kind of makes all those cracking noises. Yeah, it really sorted me out. So
The best massage is when you can't move the next week.
yeah,
because that means your body's recovering. So yeah, that's a massage. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who's speaking?
It's Rosina.
Rosina, the twin. She's on air.
Hello, Rosina.
Hello, brother. Thanks for that.
No, it's
So,
okay.
so Rosina, first of all, I've got to ask you, what time did you get up?
Well, when I messaged my brother, I put it on and there's something about the competition, and I was like, I was quickly text him. I thought he can just quickly tell me. So it's like I've been listening from.
Oh, you pretend that you've been
10:30.
listening in. Well, the beauty of this show is if you don't get up at 10:30, you could always listen in at 1 minute past 12, because you could go on Facebook Live and you could go on YouTube Live
Yeah.
and you could listen in then.
Yeah,
So
of
yeah, it's a great way of listening into Ramadan Radio Wolves. What your
That's
plans?
what I normally do, but I'm going earlier and earlier now. So I think
Okay.
next Sunday I'll be bang on 10:30.
What's your plans for today?
Nothing. We're just having a relaxing day today. Just
Chilling
been a
out.
busy week, so not
I've,
doing anything.
I've seen
massive.
some of your Instagram posts this week that you've had a few barbecues.
Yes, we did. We did. I don't know if it was necessarily a really good idea because it was so hot, and then with the heat of the barbecue, oh my god! But it was worth it in the end. But it was very hot that day.
And live on radio, you didn't invite your twin brother to this barbecue.
I had a barbecue at my house as well.
And you didn't invite your co-radio host. We're getting left out here, Khalid. It's,
Actually, to be honest, our message Uzma just that day, and she was saying they're having a barbecue the same day, so we did actually have it on the same day.
So hang on, what you're trying to say is my brother and my niece, they both had barbecues and not one of them invited us.
okay, for that, I think you should choose the hardest question you can find, Aris, for this competition.
Go on then, Aris.
All right, pick a number between 1 and 30.
I'll have 12.
Number 12. Okay. What are the 5 pillars of Islam?
Oh wow, you must have God watching over you today, Rosina. Easy question, come on.
Well, yeah. So obviously we have your shahada, your kalma,
Yeah.
your prayer, your zakat, your Ramadan, and then you've got Hajj.
Wow,
Fantastic.
Wow.
amazing. Under pressure as
All
well.
right.
Yeah, no pressure there, Rosina, at all.
You know what? You've done really, really well. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
If there's ever
No
a
problem. I was just thinking, I hope the question, I know it because I know my mom's listening. I
Is
don't want
she?
to get told off or not know it.
if there's ever a question that you don't want to get wrong, it's what are the 5 pillars of Islam, right?
Do you know what I mean?
Rosina, would
Yeah,
you like to
so,
say hello to anybody while you're on here?
Yeah, all my family and friends who are listening, I know everyone tunes in, and you guys are doing a great show.
Thank you very much. And,
Thank
and
you.
we didn't
Thank
pay
you.
you, did we, Rosina? We didn't pay you a penny.
No, not at all. Not at all. But I thought I'd phone in after my brother named and
Shamed,
shamed. So
yeah.
here I am.
Well, at least you've got yours right. Now we're going to start naming and shaming the other family members. So watch this space.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
I've got
calling.
a confession, actually.
Go on.
It was me with the fair and lovely from Pakistan.
You're joking me.
No, I don't use it to lighten my skin as such, but I just like the texture on the face. I know it's a really dissy thing to do, but
Yeah.
every time someone goes to Pakistan, I'm like, get me a couple of cheese when you're there.
She doesn't know how much trouble that caused me at the airport trying to
Really?
get that. Yeah, it was. They were checking my bags and why have you got something? you know.
Well, I thank you for your honesty, because afterwards I was going to ask you about, go on then, who was it? Who was it? Who was
Yeah.
it? But at least you've named and shamed yourself. Rosina,
I
we
know.
don't. You look pretty all the time anyway, so
Oh,
you
bless
don't
you.
need
Thank
it,
you,
okay?
pal.
Thank you, Rosina. Take care. Bye.
No problem.
See
Take care,
ya.
guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Families.
There you have it. That was a lovely call. Quite enjoyed talking to Rosina there. She
Yeah.
named and shamed. So how many tubs was it?
It must have been 4 or 5 tubs, I think.
Do you know, people don't realise how hard it is to actually go and find this stuff.
Yeah.
Because once we had to go to, actually it was in Medina or Mecca,
Right.
and one of my sister-in-laws, I'm not going to name and shame,
Right. Okay.
she wanted a special oil.
okay.
So and it had to be the green tin.
Right. Okay.
If you ain't the green tin,
Don't get it.
don't get it.
So what is oil for?
I think just
For
put
hair.
it for your hair,
Right,
you know,
okay.
for the strength of your hair. So,
Not cooking oil.
well, it could be used for cooking oil.
Oh, right,
You know,
okay.
it could be used for anything
Right,
really.
fair
But I think it was for hair. But yeah, we brought it back, and people do appreciate it though when you do bring it back, but it's very hard to find it because you have to go out your way to find these things.
It is, yeah, and also the look on my face when the security personnel is taking all these face bleaching creams out, and you've got other people looking at you. But no, I'll do it again anytime for my sister, no problem.
Salam Kal, I'm woken up in the morning with Fiaz playing your show out loud in the house. Of course, I don't mind it, as it's always good to listen to your show while making breakfast. Mashallah, keep up the good work. Salam to Shabazz and Aris, and that's from Faria.
Fantastic,
Thank
thank you
you.
so
So
much.
people
Farina.
see, this is the time people get up. It's 11 o'clock. Maybe I should get
The show a little bit later.
yeah, get the management to
everyone's
change my show. Say
Maybe.
like 11 till 1 or something like that.
I bet Fiaz doesn't have any problems, does he? Because his wife's a beautician, isn't he? So I bet he's always got nice eyebrows.
He's like a model, isn't he?
Yeah, I bet he's getting
A model half is.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Once again, those telephone lines are open 01902 972 150, or you could text in 07 440 420 432. We'll catch you in 4 minutes' time. Welcome back to Ramadan Radio Wolverhampton with Khalid Shabazz and myself, Khalid Akhtar. Keeping you company till 12 o'clock today. What you got plans for today, Shabazz?
Just a lazy day for me. I've, like I said, I did my gardening early this week. So just spending some time with my little children and just spending some time with the family. So nothing to report. I can't say a lot either because it's still a pandemic, so I shouldn't be going anywhere really. So yeah, how about yourself, Aris?
Not much. Still playing on PlayStation and
Good.
not doing much.
Assalamu alaikum. We have a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. It's Hassan.
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 Hassan Habib Akhtar.
That's the one.
That's the main man.
How are you, Hassan?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks. Great show, guys. Love listening in on the morning.
Thank you very much. Have you been listening in since 10:30, or have you just woken up as well?
I have been listening since 10:30. I'm just used to getting up really early, so I
Good.
like to tune in from the very start.
Good.
So we're going to...
And I'd like to
Go on.
enter the competition, please.
Okay.
Yes, Aris, you take over.
Hello. Pick a number between 1 and 30.
I'll go 16.
Number 16. Okay. Who is the first woman to accept Islam?
Oh, good question.
The first woman to...
I'll go with, I think, Khadija.
That's correct. Well done.
Well done, Hassan.
Right, okay, that was
Fantastic.
pressure.
That was
See,
pressure.
people think that the questions are going to be really, really hard, but because of Ari's and his intellect, he's picked questions which would be nice for everybody to get into. So you didn't find that question very hard, did you?
I didn't find it hard, but not going to lie, I still had a bit of anxiety because I thought if these are easy questions and I don't know the easy questions, then
Yeah.
I'm going to struggle.
It makes it worse.
But no, I'm glad I knew the answer.
It does make it worse, doesn't it, Hassan? Because the last thing you want to get wrong is an easy Islamic question.
Yeah.
An
So,
easy question.
yeah.
Especially with all the
But
English
I think-
listeners listening in and thinking,
Yeah.
they can't even get their own religion question right. Yeah, what's all this about? They call themselves Muslims.
Yeah.
But no,
But I
fair.
think, it just shows that they are fairly easy, and I think everyone that has called in has managed to get the answer right. So if anyone else
Exactly.
is listening, definitely should call in and give it a go.
Thank you very much, Hassan. Would you like to say hi to anybody?
Yeah, I say hi to all my family, especially my mom in the other room, who was also listening in to make sure I got the answer right. So say hi to her. And then my friends that are listening, I know Adam listens in and he already entered the competition.
Is this
If anyone else
the
is,
main
definitely
Adam?
bring him too.
Is that Adam Ansari?
Adam Ansari, that's the one.
Oh, you know what? He is a legend. I actually had text messaging saying, would Adam come back on the radio because they love the banter between us. So if you
I'm
give
sure
him,
he would love to come back if he asked.
yeah, give him a call. Tell him to give the studio a ring, not to enter the competition, just to see how well he's doing in
Yeah,
life.
we'd love to hear from him.
Yeah,
Hassan, thank you very much. Take care.
definitely.
We have had
Thank you guys. Bye, Hafiz.
Bye,
Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Thanks, Hassan. We have had a message from Rani as well saying, Khalid, Shabazz, Aris, loving the banter on the show. You guys are doing a great job. So thank you for the lovely
Thank you.
message.
And I've had one from my daughter, Mariam. Salam, Dad, Aris and Shabazz bye. Loving the show yet again. And lol to the buying for people abroad. Worth it, though. Thanks again for the great show. Lots of love, Mariam.
So she wanted the oil.
No.
Oh, no,
No,
right.
no.
Okay, I thought she was saying
You know what? You're going to be surprised when I tell you who wanted the oil.
live on air.
No,
Okay.
no I will not name and shame.
Okay.
Unless that person, because I know she's listening,
Okay.
that's a hint, will call in and say hello.
So it was a she then, yeah? Okay, fair enough.
From Costa. Costa has launched Coca-Cola Coffee and people have a lot of thoughts. Costa Coffee has a new partnership with Coca-Cola in China and have launched a new range of drinks combining the two, including a Coca-Cola latte. Whenever Costa Coffee releases a new flavoured drink, people flock to try it. The company have teamed up with fizzy drink giant Coca-Cola to create a range of Coca-Cola flavoured coffee. Would you be interested trying these?
Yes.
Would you try
Yes.
it?
I would, yeah. I'm a
Yeah.
big coffee fan.
Coca-Cola coffee though? Would you?
I would try it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say no. I mean, when they first brought out, I think it was called Lipton iced tea many years ago. And people were
Yeah.
like, "What iced tea?
Iced tea.
But yeah, I wouldn't
No,
mind
it's
trying
very
to get.
famous, yeah.
But yeah, that's just in China though, right? So I'd have to go all the way to China to get that.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Costa Coffee, it's a franchise, so it might come into this country.
Yeah.
The first time I actually had a Costa Coffee was at Birmingham Airport.
Okay.
So my children, they go, Dad, can we go and get a drink? So I gave them a £10 note. So they went, they bought themselves these flapper matcha watcha chinos, whatever they're
Yeah.
called. And I says, can I have my change? No change, Dad.
No, no. Coffee isn't cheap.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
No. You
And
can make millions out of coffee.
You can, yeah. I mean, I bought myself a fancy coffee machine, an espresso machine. I know you've got a quite a decent one as well.
Yeah, I have as well.
I've stopped using it.
But you know, I tell you what, have you?
Yeah, you know,
Same in my house.
if my
really.
wife's listening, can I have a caramel latte when I get home?
There you go. You've heard it first.
Yeah, let's see if she does it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Next week I'll tell you if she does it or doesn't.
I tell you what. Where's the best coffee though? I'll tell you where it is.
India?
No.
China?
No, as in here, as in if you could go if you're in the town centre and you could go to a Costa
What
or
shop?
a Starbucks. Yeah.
Mr. Singh's?
No. McDonald's.
Really?
Good coffees.
Best coffee going. Honestly, it costs you about £1.10.
Yeah.
But for me, very rich, very flavoursome, and yeah, that's my top tip.
The frappuccinos from McDonald's are nice as well.
There you go. We're plugging McDonald's now.
Stop it now. Stop it. I've told you, don't do that. World's most expensive cities for expats in 2020 revealed. So,
Okay.
you know, see the link there? Expensive, dear, cheap. What do you think's the most expensive city in the world?
Ooh, it's
You're
gotta
a
be-
man of travel like me.
I am, yeah. If I was to hazard a guess, I would probably say something like, I mean, Dubai has got to be up there, but I'd probably say somewhere in the Far East, maybe, because they're normally quite expensive, aren't they?
You're very well thought there. I'm going to go backwards. So at number 10, Beijing,
Okay.
China. In number 9 position is Geneva, Switzerland.
Love to go to Geneva.
Yeah, I've never been. And then again in Geneva is a city called Bern. In number 7 position, a city I hate because I got refused entry. Have a guess?
Shanghai.
Shanghai in China. I hate that country. In number 6 position is New York, United States of America.
Okay.
In number 4, again Switzerland, Zurich. And here's the top 3 most expensive cities.
Can I have a guess? Is Singapore on there?
It's not.
No.
No,
Singapore's not on the
it's
list.
not on the
Okay.
list. So number 3 is Tokyo,
Okay.
Japan. This one's a bit of a surprise. I can't even say it, but it's Ashgabat in Turkmenistan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the number 2. And the most cost of city living in the world is Hong Kong.
The most expensive place to
Really?
live.
Yeah, it's Hong Kong.
Wow. So did you find it expensive when you were there?
It can be expensive and it can't be expensive. It's what you want. If you want to eat cheap, you could eat there. It's
Yeah.
up to you. Depends on how much money you got.
There you go. So Hong Kong, the most expensive place in the world. I'm just going to touch on some baby names, something that made me giggle in the news this week, Khalid.
Yeah.
So finding the perfect name for your baby is a big deal for new parents. Some mums and dads will name their infants after a season, a month, a day of the week, some even after a beloved family member. And some this year are choosing a name that pays homage to the extraordinary year that's been 2020.
Don't tell me.
COVID.
COVID or
No,
Corona.
Close. So with everyone changing their
Virus.
I'll let you know. So with
Pandemic.
nope. So with everyone changing their daily lives beyond recognition because of the global pandemic, pregnancy website The Bump released its top 100 most popular baby names this month, and for the first time, the name Corona appeared in the 100th position for girls' names on the list.
Wow.
So there you go. You'll have potentially girls called Corona in there.
Me and my brother Khalid, and his name is Shahid. We're named after kings,
Okay,
kings of Saudi Arabia.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Monkey steals COVID-19 blood samples from a lab technician in India. A monkey attacked a lab technician on the campus of a medical school in India and ran away with blood samples from 3 patients infected with COVID-19. The robbed lab technician meanwhile took video with his phone of the incident. After snatching the samples and other medical items, the video reveals the monkey clambered up a nearby tree, that video, which was shared on social media, also shows the animal gnawing on what looks like surgical gloves. Wow.
Monkeys are dangerous.
I know.
They are, yeah. They are, especially in that part of the world.
Yeah.
Um,
Stealing
I've actu-
COVID-19 samples.
Wow. What's he done with it?
I don't know. He might have injected it into himself.
I've actually got a video of a monkey pulling down my pants. Honestly, I have a video of a monkey pulling down my pants. So
that'll be aired live on air next week, I believe, on
Yeah.
Ramadan Radio.
I don't. You know what? If there's any way we could get that live on air, I'd put it maybe on the website.
Maybe.
I'll try to ask Alvina if we could get it onto the website. She's a magician of Ramadan Radio.
Maybe Instagram story.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yeah. You set up a page and get the listeners listening in. Once again, text numbers 07440 420 432. And if you're brave enough to challenge Ari's on his Islamic or general questions, 01902 972 150. I did have a message a couple of weeks ago, and I keep on forgetting to say, it's someone who works for me. His name's Mr. Uppel, and he actually said to me, "Who's that female who works with you, whose name's Arena?"
Okay.
And I thought, what's he on about? And you know who he was talking about?
Alvina?
No, Ari's. Because he thought he was a woman with all that, with the hair. And
How does that make you feel, Aris?
It makes me
feel like cutting your hair next week.
maybe.
No, don't do it. I think
I
it
mean,
looks really cool.
I don't think I look like a girl, but
But from far away, from the camera that we got on now, no, you don't. But he might be blind, so you know, he probably is.
Yeah.
So we've done. This is a nice little story coming in as well. Malala Yousafzai. You know who Malala is?
No idea.
You do.
Go on.
She won the youngest ever Nobel Peace.
Oh, yes, of
Peace
course.
Prize.
Yeah, I
yes,
know.
yes, yes.
Malala. Yeah.
If you would have said a name properly, I might have known who that
I
was.
did Malala.
Oh, okay.
What's wrong with Malala?
Who's this? Go on.
Anyway, she's just celebrating graduating from Oxford University.
Fantastic.
8 years after being shot by Taliban. I thought, you know,
Really, really good story, yeah.
yeah, she's obviously the youngest ever Nobel Peace Prize winner.
And I think the way she stood up for women's rights and human rights, especially in Pakistan and the subcontinent, fair play.
And
fair
she's
play
only
to her.
22 years old. Can you
Yeah.
believe that? So she's got so much to go for her in the future. 10 more minutes to go.
It's been a really quick show
and we
today.
got a message from Fariha. Great show as always from Fariha. Thank you.
Any more on the Facebook? Any more messages
no,
on the Facebook?
No one was really commented on the Facebook. I think it's more texting in.
Yeah, don't forget if you missed the show, if you just joined us, you can listen in back on YouTube and of course back on Facebook as well. Salam Cal, another message. Oh, could be in trouble here. It's from Alvina. Send me the video. I'll put it up on the Ramadan Radio social media page.
There you go.
I'm
Oh
excited
no!
to see
Oh
this.
no! Alvina, you're on my side.
So the whole world's going to see your pants being pulled
Yeah,
down
so
by a
everyone
monkey.
look
now,
on the page soon and you'll see that
Yeah.
video.
I have to get it cleared by the wife first.
Okay.
Depends on how much it shows. No, you'll be all right. Actually, yeah, I'll do that after the show. I'll try to find the footage and get Alvina to load it up onto the website.
Sounds really good. So, Aris, as soon as you've been blasting out those questions and putting everyone on the spot, let me put you on the spot now. So, what's the population of the UK? Off the top of your head.
It's in the millions, not thousands.
Yeah, I know it is in the millions. 60 million.
Whoa, that is a really, really good guess.
I did remember that.
That's a really good guess. The reason why I'm asking that is the nation's population growth is at its slowest rate for 15 years, according to official figures, as immigration from the EU slumps in the wake of Brexit.
Shabazz, that's going to change, you know, though.
Why is that?
Because everyone's been indoors and
Yeah.
they're getting bored. What do they do when they get bored?
I don't know.
You know,
Yeah,
9 months' time, you'll find out the population of the UK. What's going to happen to it?
Fair enough. Well, I'm talking about today. The estimated population of the UK has hit 66.8 million. So it's a really good guess, Ari, 60 million. It didn't help by me and Khalid showing
Six.
6.5
Oh,
fingers.
no, I was just saying peace.
Right. So, according to data released by the Office of National Statistics, there were an estimated 66 million people living in the country at the end of June last year. However, the population growth rate over the 12 months in the middle of 2009 was 0.5%, the slowest since mid 2004. So yeah, we've dropping in our population growth.
And we will be making that up in 9 months' time.
No.
Okay, news coming out this week, cinemas to reopen.
Excellent.
No more annoying rustling and perfect views of the screen. Film lovers will sit rows away from other, and no more pick and mixes. They'll be banned when they reopen after lockdown.
I think it's really, really good news. Although I'm one of these quite snobby cinema goers, I really like cinema going etiquette. A lot of cinemas I've visited where there's people nattering and eating popcorn.
Tell me about it.
It really annoys
You know,
me.
it really, when they,
Yeah.
and that, you know what, I hate people when they drink tea.
Yeah.
I hate that noise.
Yeah.
Really annoying.
And I think being in a cinema, it just emphasises that noise. So
I know.
I find it really, really annoying. Hence why I go to quite late showings when I go to the pictures. So
Yeah,
how's it
good
going to
idea.
work? Are they
So
going to?
let me give you a breakdown. Row of seats in auditoriums left totally empty to keep social distancing. 3 empty seat spaces kept between customers who can sit with their household or family members only.
Okay.
Perspex screens and face masks for cinema staff, but no mask rule for customers.
Okay.
Cafes and restaurants staying shut. Contactless payments. Queues to get in and out of the cinema with one-way systems in place. Customers encouraged to make all bookings online. Food and drink purchased in advance as well. Antibacterial gel stations in lobbies, and no more pick and mix.
That's a shame. It's a shame. I'm a big pick and mix fan, but no, it'd be good to get back to the pictures.
Yeah.
Weddings are back for the summer, but receptions are banned, and you still need to be tight with the guest list. So
Okay.
no more Asian weddings. Still not allowed.
Do you think the community will listen?
I hope they do,
I hope so as well.
because I've heard there's going to be a wedding in our family, and really, I don't think it should
Okay.
at the moment.
Well, I think if guidelines are lifted from, I think July the 4th is quite a monumental day. But we'll have to see what the government says, really, and we'll just have to abide by the rules.
I
as
think
best we
30 people at churches at the moment,
Okay.
and that's churches.
can. Fine.
So maybe not.
But you say that, but if you look at all these Liverpool fans who are celebrating this week,
I wasn't going to mention that today on this show. And look, there you are, Liverpool winning the
Oh my
title.
God.
So
Oh
we're-
my
okay.
God.
So we're not talking about Liverpool winning the title. We're talking about their fans gathering together
Yeah.
in droves.
No social distancing.
No,
going
so
on there.
distancing, and I think they were attacking the
Livery
the
building.
Liver building. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I think that's the head office of Everton. I believe.
Everton, yeah.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Talking about no social
Scousers, eh?
distancing.
Yeah. Well,
Did you see the beaches in Bournemouth? There was no social distancing going on there.
Not so ever. In fact, you couldn't even walk past the
Oh, yeah.
human being.
Did you see 41 tons of rubbish left there?
It's just
I know.
unacceptable.
I know.
it is unacceptable. So I thought that these places were still closed, as in like toilets and amusement
but
places.
what do you think the sea's for?
No, they were actually doing the toilet in people's front gardens.
Unbelievable.
how-
Do you know, it's
Wow.
another story, you know, I'm full of facts in my head. I actually went to Blackpool once.
Just
and-
once.
Well, just the once. I went with the mosque, I think, a few
Okay,
times.
fine.
But the once we went to Blackpool, and not in the sea, just on the beach front, there's like small like water paddling pools. And I turned around and there was a big piece of
Oh, that's
right,
disgusting.
honestly.
Ew.
I couldn't wait to get out
That's gross.
and get showered up. It was horrible.
I think
What
yeah,
human person would do that?
there's people from all walks of life, but no, Blackpool isn't the tidiest beach out there. Although in the UK there are some beautiful beaches. I believe down in Cornwall and in Devon. There's some of the pictures I've seen. I think my brother visited last year. You wouldn't even think it's in the UK. They look that beautiful. So maybe you want to try one of those next
Maybe.
next year,
Maybe this year.
or maybe yeah,
Maybe.
this year.
Shadi.com. Ari's Shadi.com. Do you know what that is?
No, I have no idea what that is.
Shadi. Do you know what Shadi means? No. Translation. Shabazz?
Shadi means marriage.
Marriage. Marriage.com. So for
is
the
that
future.
to find people to marry?
That's correct. Shadi.com dating site removes skin tone filter after backlash.
Okay.
So I can't believe they done this. So you register on Shadi.com and then you could filter the color of your face. So, you know, earlier we were talking
Yeah,
about skin
yeah.
colors. You could be light, dark, grey, black, whatever color. Our Asian marriage website, Shadi.com, has removed the skin tone filter following pressure from users. When users joined the site, they were asked to select how dark or light their skin is under the skin tone option. I mean,
It's unbelievable.
you couldn't write it, could you?
You couldn't know.
I mean, just imagine you go to see a girl or you go to see a boy and the different colour that the picture was.
That's it, yeah. I mean, that's the world we live in today, isn't it?
Crazy what you can
Yeah.
do on there.
Everyone's filter crazy.
It's absolutely mad.
A man finds caterpillar in supermarket broccoli and raises them as his own. Most people would be bugged to find a caterpillar in their supermarket broccoli, but not Sam Darlaston. Instead, the British media personality decided to raise it to maturity, and 6 others he also found among the broccoli shoots. So, what would you do if you found caterpillars in your broccoli?
Personally, I would report it and get the health and safety department of the government involved.
Well, because I'm smoothie mad, I'm probably eating caterpillars and spiders and everything at the moment. 'Cause
Blend it.
Yeah, just blend it. No, but no, I have actually found a caterpillar in lettuce when
Have
I
you really?
had a panini at work, and yeah, there's a caterpillar in.
Honestly,
Yeah, it was in the lettuce. Yeah, I took it back, and
in the panini.
it was in. Well, must have been in the lettuce, but yeah, it was in my panini. Luckily, I saw it before I took a bite.
Was it alive?
Yeah, he was moving around, wiggling around, and I took it back, and they offered me the same sandwich again,
You're joking.
which I refused. But yeah, that's
Probably made out
yeah.
the same batch of
Yeah.
yeah,
you know.
same batch of these strawberries we were talking about earlier. Just got to touch on a crazy story with a woman who wakes up in a body bag after being mistakenly declared dead. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
So a woman from Paraguay had the shock of her life when she reportedly woke up in a body bag after being declared dead. Gladys Rodriguez Duarte was set to be prepared for service hours later, with her family already informed that she was dead. And on Saturday, the married mother had gone on to San Francisco clinic in the city coronal Ovadio because her already high blood pressure was increasing. According to the Mail Online, which reported that she was 46 years old, about 2 hours after she arrived, a doctor confirmed that Mrs. Rodriguez' death to her husband and daughter Sandra, but staff at the funeral parlour then found her moving inside the body bag when she was unloaded.
That would be scary.
That would be scary, wouldn't it?
It'd scare anybody, especially if you're one of them funeral directors and the body
dead
starts
person
moving.
starts moving.
Well, the lesson for me there is try not to visit a hospital when you're in Paraguay, because they probably don't know. They clearly don't know what they're doing.
They just see you passed out and they'll think you're dead.
Yeah.
Shabazz, it's time to say goodbye.
Already?
Already.
It's been a great show. I've really enjoyed
I've
today.
enjoyed it today as well.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go home and watch it all over
Yeah.
again.
Well, yeah, and have that caramel latte, I think it was.
Hopefully, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Aris, thank you very much.
Thank
Shabazz,
you
thank
as
you
well.
very
Thank
much.
you.
We'll catch you back next Sunday morning, 10:30. Next on is Ajaz with a legal show. Keep him entertained all the way through till 1 o'clock. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you for your company. Khuda Hafiz.